by ridding this world of you. Forever.
Oh, finally!
Hello everyone, hope you are doing well. Today, we're excited to share with you the thrilling story of the 2017 action and sci-fi film titled Wonder Woman. The film revolves around a female warrior from a tribe of Amazonians who travels to the world of humans during the chaos of the First World War. Her objective is to combat the malevolent forces at play and to put an end to the ongoing human conflict. But before we dive in, we want to give you a heads up that there are spoilers ahead, so make sure to keep that in mind. Let's get started. At the beginning of the movie, Diana Prince goes to the Louvre in present-day Paris, where a van from Wayne Enterprises arrives. Bruce Wayne has sent her a briefcase containing an old photograph of Diana with 4 men from World War I. The photograph is accompanied by a note from Bruce asking for the story behind it. During her childhood, Diana was raised among the powerful Amazonian warriors on the island of Themyscira. She observes their rigorous training led by General Antiope on the battlefield and aspires to become a fighter like them. However, her mother, Queen Hippolyta, prohibits her from training. Hippolyta shares with Diana the tale of the gods. According to the story, Zeus was the ruler of the heavens and had great respect for mankind. However, Ares, the god of war, desired to corrupt humanity and turn them against one another in battles. Ares was opposed by the other gods, but he managed to defeat them all. As he was dying, Zeus banished Ares from the world of men and created a weapon that could destroy him. Hippolyta then shows Diana the weapon, known as the God Killer, which can defeat Ares once and for all. However, she hopes that the weapon will never have to be used by Diana or anyone else. Antiope convinces Hippolyta to allow her to train Diana so that she can be prepared to face Ares, whom they know is still a threat. Despite her reluctance, Hippolyta agrees to let Antiope train Diana. Over the years, Antiope puts Diana through grueling and demanding training sessions in the field. As Diana reaches adulthood, she continues to train hard to become as skilled as the other Amazons. During one session, Antiope pushes Diana to the limit with swordplay, causing Diana to accidentally hurt Antiope when she deflects her sword with her gauntlets. Diana is overcome with remorse and leaves in shame, but Antiope is not upset with her.
What she is, or how. Harder! You're
Diana witnesses a plane crash into the ocean off the coast of Themyscira. She rescues the pilot, Steve Trevor, and the German soldiers pursuing him follow them onto the island. The Amazons engage in a fierce battle with the Germans. Antiope, Diana's mentor, sacrifices herself to save Diana's life and urges her to take up the God Killer sword.
God Killer. No.
Steve is put under interrogation in front of all the Amazons using the lasso of truth. He confesses that he is a spy working for the Allied forces. Steve then informs the Amazons about the ongoing World War I and how German General Erich Ludendorff and his chief chemist, Dr. Isabelle Marou, also known as Dr. Poison, are creating a dangerous new bioweapon. Steve warns the Amazons that they are in grave danger. He reveals that he acted as a spy in the German army, stole Marou's notebook, and destroyed the Germans' other planes before escaping with the notebook. Later, the Germans followed him to the island. Diana concludes that Ares is behind this scheme. Steve is given permission to wash up in the Amazon's fountain to recover. Diana enters and unintentionally sees Steve naked. She inquires about his private parts, and Steve responds by saying it's his father's timepiece, which he uses to plan out his day. Diana is puzzled by the object and its purpose. Diana, suspecting that Ares is behind the war, prepares to leave for the front lines with her shield, lasso, and the God Killer sword. She convinces Steve to take her to Ares so that she can end the war. Hippolyta and other Amazons try to stop her, but Diana is determined to go. Before she leaves, Hippolyta tells another Amazon that Diana cannot know the truth about herself, as it will lead Ares to her. Diana and Steve arrive in London and meet with Steve's secretary, Etta Candy. They acquire an outfit for Diana and are attacked by some men in an alley, but Diana easily takes them down. Meanwhile, Ludendorff meets with Dr. Maru in her lab, where she has developed a gas to enhance Ludendorff's strength and comes across a formula that she believes is a breakthrough. Diana and Steve attend a meeting with Sir Patrick Morgan, who is negotiating a ceasefire with Germany. The men in the room are distracted by Diana's presence, and Steve is forced to take her outside. Steve later presents the notebook to Sir Patrick, but since it's written in Sumerian, Diana has to translate it for the others. They discover that Ludendorff and Maru are planning to create a new, highly lethal type of mustard gas using hydrogen. After learning that the British general plans to send his troops to the Western Front, where they will likely die, Diana becomes angry and argues that a good leader would fight alongside his men. Steve takes her outside, where she tells him she believes Ludendorff is actually Ares in disguise. Steve agrees to take her to the front himself. Steve takes Diana to meet his team members, starting with Samir, a spy who is immediately drawn to Diana. They then encounter Charlie, a skilled marksman who was being beaten up by a man whose glass he accidentally took. The man tries to shoot Charlie, but Diana intervenes and knocks him down. The four then meet the chief, a smuggler. Meanwhile, Ludendorff meets with his associates to discuss their plans. Some of them express doubts and a lack of confidence in his work. To demonstrate their progress, Ludendorff and Maru throw a gas bomb in the room, killing all the men present. The team reaches the front, and Diana talks to a local woman who expresses her grief over the things taken by the German army. Without any delay, Diana puts on her armor, takes her tiara, and steps into the battlefield. German soldiers start firing at her, but she deflects their bullets with ease using her gauntlets. Diana then attacks the enemy soldiers, and Steve and his team follow her. After she eliminates most of the soldiers, the men assist Diana in leaping onto a sniper tower, which she quickly destroys. The townspeople celebrate and cheer for Diana's victory. Steve discovers that Ludendorff will be present at a gala the following day, and he asks Etta to find the location for him. However, Sir Patrick advises Steve not to pursue the plan, but Steve disregards his advice. Steve then informs Diana of the gala, but he realizes that she is unprepared for it. So, he teaches her how to dance and takes her to a private room where they share a kiss. The team sneaks into the gala by pretending to be a German officer and his driver, with Samir as the driver. Diana finds a woman and steals her dress to blend in. Steve tries to gather information from Maru but becomes distracted when he sees Diana in her blue dress. Diana spots Ludendorff and prepares to attack, but Steve stops her, insisting on following the plan. Unfortunately, Ludendorff launches gas bombs into the nearby town, killing innocent people. Diana rushes to the town, but it's too late to save anyone. She is devastated and blames Steve for not allowing her to kill Ludendorff earlier. It is discovered that Ludendorff intends to use an aircraft to release a series of gas bombs on London. Diana hurries to an airbase where the German soldiers are preparing for the attack. She defeats some soldiers and eventually confronts Ludendorff, who has inhaled Maru's strength-enhancing gas and engages in a battle with Diana. Ludendorff puts up a formidable fight until he retreats to the roof. Diana follows and uses the god killer to fatally wound Ludendorff. However, she realizes that the soldiers are still loading the gas bombs onto the plane. Steve arrives and Diana is confused as to why the war is still ongoing if she killed Ares. Steve suggests that maybe the war is not caused by a god, but rather by the actions of bad people. He leaves, and Diana notices Sir Patrick inside Ludendorff's office. Diana realizes that he is the real Ares. Sir Patrick confesses that he only provided subtle influence to people like Ludendorff and Maru to encourage their work, but it was their own wickedness and the darkness of others that caused the war. Diana tries to use her sword to kill Ares, but he destroys it. He reveals to Diana that she is the true weapon, created by Zeus to kill gods. Ares attempts to persuade Diana to join him, and together they can eliminate mankind. Diana refuses, and they start to fight. Steve and his team successfully penetrate the German defenses and consider shooting down the plane, but the resulting explosion would harm innocent people nearby. Meanwhile, Diana battles Ares on the airfield. As the fight rages on, Steve rushes past Diana and hands her his father's watch, hijacks the plane, and flies it away from the city. Steve makes the ultimate sacrifice and shoots the bombs, causing the plane to explode and killing himself in the process. Diana is devastated and screams out in agony. Ares uses this opportunity to try and persuade her to join him, but Diana remembers Steve's words and decides to fight for love instead. Ares then reveals Maru's disfigured face and urges Diana to kill her, but Diana lets Maru go and tells Ares that she believes in love. Ares fires a blast of energy at her, but Diana absorbs it with her gauntlets and redirects it back at Ares, destroying him. The soldiers, who were under Ares' influence, are then freed from his control.
Greatest harvest.
I could...
After the war ends, there is a commemoration ceremony for the fallen heroes, including Steve. Diana looks at the wall and pays her respects. In the present day, Diana sends a message to Bruce expressing her gratitude for the photograph and for keeping Steve's memory alive. She then declares in a voiceover that she will keep fighting for justice and leaps into the sky as Wonder Woman, ready to continue her mission. Thank you for watching this movie recap. I hope you enjoyed it and gained a better understanding of the plot. Hit the like button if you liked it, subscribe if you loved it, and feel free to share this content with your friends and family as well. And don't forget to ring the notification bell to stay updated with our future videos. And that's about it. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next videos.